We've already went over the ProOne Alto and the ProOne Barry, and we'll get to the tenor soon enough. But if there was one of these instruments that I say full stop is probably one of the best ones on the market as per its price as well, it's this one. The SS6200, the ProOne Antigua Wind Soprano Saxophone, is undoubtedly one of my favorite saxophones out. Stick around. Howdy everybody, my name is Andrew King. We are here at Alamo Music. Don't forget to visit us at alamomusic.com, where we have this instrument and so many more available for you to see and purchase. Today we are going to be looking at the SS6200 AM in the amber finish, the ProOne Antigua Wind Soprano Saxophone. Now, soprano saxophones are a thing we've covered on this channel before, and for good reason. They are awesome. There are tons of different ones. They come in different shapes, which is a different thing than any of the other horns. And there's a lot of cool schools of thought when it comes to these kind of instruments. You got your free-blowing, awesome jazz horns, and you got your really nice classical horns with a nice resistance that you can grow in and make a beautiful tone. This one, the 6200, is definitely going to be more into the free-blowing nature of that conversation. The ProOne Soprano is probably one of the coolest horns as far as having amenities for gigging musicians, and also the design philosophy as far as what you want your soprano saxophone to do for you, right? You can get a really nice like intermediate student level soprano saxophone that is not going to get in your way, which is really helpful because there's so many, you can find them all over online and stuff, like kind of more or less expensive ones that aren't really going to help you, have bad intonation problems and all that. And then you can get these intermediate ones where it's more like they don't get in your way or anything, but there isn't really anything servicing you as the musician when you play them. It's really a lot of your work that's going into it. This is one of those sopranos that it kind of does the opposite. It helps you. One being the amazing trident key arms, which we've talked about in other videos regarding the ProOne, and this is a staple in this one too. The trident key arms are on your lower keys, on your lower B flat, B, C, and basically what they do is it has a lot more contact area to push down the key, meaning more strength. It also has screws on both sides, so if you're a repair tech or anything like that, or if you're like in the middle of something where you're about to play a gig and something happens where you need to reseal, you have the opportunity to do that without going into the rods or moving anything around or bending anything super hard that's going to make snap the instrument. This instrument basically has it so those screws can push either side of it, so that it really helps with leveling the pad out, and you don't have to worry about it in the moment, so that you can get to your tech later and then they can fix it in a more proper way that way. But it also just looks awesome. I think that the lower keys on this one, especially because it's a straight soprano as well, it really brings out those particular keys, especially when you're playing out into the crowd. It's just an awesome instrument. Now, if we're going to be talking about a feature that really glues together a lot of the more amenities of the instrument, it's going to be the body of the instrument. It was designed by Peter Ponzo, who is extremely famous for his work with Keilwerth. It's a German saxophone brand, very reliable, heavy instruments that have a lot of history in European playing, and some playing over here in the States too, for sure. These instruments are fantastic, and Peter Ponzo's design philosophies really blend well with the more free-blowing Taiwanese like boutique saxophone amenities that come from Antigua winds in this case. So you have this great core sound from this amazing body of an instrument, and then you have compounded with that the trident arms. You also have the rolled tone holes, which basically mean that you have more contact area with the pads when you push down the keys. That makes it for a really reliable instrument. And so if I were to say any of these instruments from the ProOne line, the alto, tenor, the Barry, and the soprano saxophone probably my favorite one out of the bunch. And purely for the fact that because it's a smaller instrument, you have a lot more surface area with those tone holes. You also get a lot more out of the body. I think that it really brings together like kind of this culmination of a lot of great design philosophies that make it an amazing instrument. So let's go ahead and take a listen and let me know what you think. So, what did you think? Get in the comments. I really want to know. This instrument is just a really cool instrument to play, and I think that this is the kind of instrument that if you were to put the money down for a professional soprano saxophone, this plays just as well as any of its counterparts in the pro lines. Yamaha, Selmer, Kyleworth, Yanagisawa. I think that this is one of those instruments that is this awesome blend of great parts, great sound, reliability, and just a really neat look. I mean, sopranos from any instrument you get from Antigua winds are going to have a really nice striking finish in the first place, and that's always something to bring up when you talk about these horns. Finishes mean that you are looking at an instrument that's just cool. If you want to see it and you want to play it, that means that it's great. I really do think that's really important to a lot of people, and especially with these. Saxophones are drenched in different kinds of traditions, and for me, I always like pure color saxophones, and this is one of those nice amber finishes that really just has a striking finish. I do enjoy it for that fact a lot, and combining that, the aesthetics, with the reliability, the dependability, with the great sound that you can get out of it, that it's not going to get in your way, it's actually going to help you as a player. There's just so many reasons to go with this one. I think that if you were to play it side by side, you really see what I'm talking about. So make sure you take a listen to it for sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Get down into the comments, take that like button, smash it. If you can go into the subscribe button too and give that one a punch, that'd be really helpful. And if you hit that bell icon, you get notifications if we're going to be making more videos in the future. Well, hey, thank you guys so much and have a wonderful day.